outline, note cards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Turning ideas into reality. Does this excite anyone else? Well, it does me. And with 3D printing, you can turn your ideas into reality with just a few hours. ExplainThatStuff.com states that 3D printers is any machine that uses thermoplastics, metal, or other materials to create 3D objects such as this. I myself have worked with 3D printers at my school and have come to learn both how they function and their benefits. Embracing 3D printers will help society be more efficient and more equipped to handle today's problems. Today I will explain 3D printers' beginnings, inner workings, and their applications. And I will do this by taking closer looks at how they operate, their history, their applications in society, and their advances and future innovations. To grasp all the aspects of 3D printing, you first have to have a general idea of what they are. 3D printers are any machine that can take a computer design and use additive manufacturing to create a 3D object. This is from Technopedia.com. And if you're wondering what additive manufacturing is when any material is laid in sequential layers until a 3D object appears. Now that you know the basics of 3D printing, then let's talk about how they came to be. The first 3D printer came from a man named Hideo Kodama, developed in the 1980s. This is found from bc3d.com. Kodama was looking for a solution to rapid prototyping and used light-sensitive resin to make 3D objects. Kodama, unfortunately, was not able to secure a patent, but is still credited for the first 3D printer. Not even a year later, a group of French scientists advanced this technology and used lasers to solidify liquid polymers to create 3D prototypes. They also did not get a patent. The first patent was actually claimed by a man named Charles Hull in 1986. Hull was a furniture maker and needed these parts to both fix and make his furniture in his factory. He also used a system that used cured resin layers like Kodama. Current 3D printers, and the most common we see today, are FDM or Fusion Deposition Modeling 3D printers. They were first patented in 1988 by a man named Scott Crump. These common 3D printers use plastic filament that is extruded out of a hot nozzle and layered to create the 3D image. These are also called FFF or Fused Filament Fabrication 3D printers. From the 2000s onward, we have seen nothing but an increase in 3D printing technology. They have become more readily available and also cheaper for the public to access. This technology is now common and a staple in fields such as engineering, medical, and manufacturing. Knowing the beginnings, now let me explain the usefulness of them in our world today. As written about in manufactured3d.com, 3D printers have many applications. Their main application is prototyping. What is prototyping? Well, prototyping is described as testing designs with smaller and cheaper materials to make sure that the production outcome is the optimal. The aerospace and automotive field uses quality production components that have been 3D printed that actually go in the final production models. They're not just prototypes. The medical field has started printing cheap prosthetics and also dental implants for people. The most exciting new advances are the fact that they are now printing organs that hopefully in the future can be used for transplants. Artists have started using 3D printers as a figurative paintbrush because it allows both freedom and expression with not very little physical skill needed. The construction field has started using concrete metal 3D printers to create such things as metal bridges in the Netherlands and concrete infrastructure for housing projects in Dubai. Food companies such as Redefined Meat have started printing with protein chains to make certain meat products that you don't have to harm animals for. With so many applications, many innovations also follow this technology. Becoming an important part of society, Forbes have just recently covered all the advances of 3D printing. In 2015, Aprecia Pharmaceutical created the first FDA 3D printed drug. This drug was approved by the FDA and is called spiritum levetiracetam. This new technology allows for the quick creation of new medicines, and also this allows for medicines to be accessible in areas where pharmacies are not open. Large 3D printers have also been tested in making emergency response structures that allow for catastrophes to be quickly aided in areas where tsunamis and hurricanes are present. Food printers also have helped innovate and will continue to innovate the ways that we both consume protein and produce. Current innovations are so exciting, and I know many more will follow in the future. This being said, today I have explained 3D printing's inner workings, history, and applications, and have done this by going in depth in how they operate, historical information, their applications in fields, and their current and future innovations. Hopefully today I have adequately informed you of 3D printing and its many facets. Next time you eat a hamburger, drive your car across a bridge, or cross a bridge, please remember that one day soon, all these items could be 3D printed. Thank you.